few years ago, I graduated college, and like most normal Americans, I wanted to build my credit. Naturally, I sold the older car that I was driving around to get a lease, going from no car debt to owing around $8,100 plus a $500 disposition fee for the next 36 months, assuming I don't go over 36,000 miles. Never lease, it's the biggest scam of all time. Here's my story about how I paid off $6,000 of credit card debt and how you can do it as well through minimalism. I would say the biggest thing that minimalism has taught me is that most people buy more than they should. They go out to expensive restaurants when they can't afford their bills. They go buy a new phone when they can't even afford the phone that they have now. If we were all to take a step back and buy a little bit less stuff, I think everybody would be significantly happier because they wouldn't have the financial stress that they're used to dealing with. After slightly boosting my credit with my new lease, I felt the need that I wanted more stuff. I needed more things. I was working hard. I deserved more stuff. So I got a new credit card. And wouldn't you know it, it was a 12-month 0% interest rate credit card. And they gave me $12,000 my credit card limit. So of course I tried to spend as much as that as I could. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Credit cards are the new smoking. It's something we're gonna look back on in 50 years and be like, I can't believe everybody used a credit card to buy everything. Not only do you spend almost 20% more when you use a credit card, but you are typically buying non-appreciable assets or assets that you don't need. Whether it's clothes, a new tech product, whatever it is, it's typically something that you could live without. I want to be open and honest with everybody watching this video. Here is exactly what I spent my money on with my credit card, over $6,000 worth. I'm just going to be reading it off here. I spent $116.56 on eating out, $4,740.03 on tech purchases. This includes CPUs, motherboards, cameras, drones, RAM, tech products that I didn't need, but I felt like I had to buy. Next was $766.62 on travel. This includes gas, airline tickets, and a trip to Philadelphia that I could not afford at the time and shouldn't have gone on. But $959.93 on non-essential purchases, whether that would be a new controller for the Xbox, clothes, or just random knickknacks that I felt I needed. These are those little $50 to $100 purchases that seem insignificant at the time, but add up quickly over the course of 5 months. $27 on a late fee. Yes, I am that idiot that didn't pay it on time. And finally, after 5 months of vicious spending, I had paid off a grand total of $389.97, making the minimum payment for 5 months. And what that left me with was $6,148 to pay off over the next 7 months. Enter minimalism. Like how most people discover minimalism, I was searching for the perfect male bicep, and of course Machiavelli showed up. From there, he suggested a book called The Total Money Makeover, and my life was changed forever.
Tick-tock, the clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding, I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you.
This isn't actually how I discovered it. I discovered it because I felt like what I was doing wasn't right. It was normal, but it didn't feel right to have all this debt, to have all this liability on my name because of what everybody else was telling me to do. So I wanted to find a different path. And I had 7 months to pay off $6,100 in credit card debt, and here is how I did it. I got to work. I read Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, and I implemented his baby steps. I started to look into minimalism more and more, and as I discovered and learned more about it, I realized that the two of these go hand in hand. Paying off debt and being a minimalist, that's sort of what it is. You have more money because you're constantly spending less on frivolous purchases. I knew that having no debt is the quickest way to financial freedom, which in turn is just freedom from having to work for somebody forever. Close your eyes for a second and imagine a life, if you will, where you didn't owe anybody any money for anything. Whether that was no car payment, no house payment, no phone payment, no credit card payment, nothing. You only needed the basics to live. And that would cost you, for one person where I live, around $500 a month. Open your eyes. Imagine if you could live on $500 a month. Most of you have car payments at $500 a month. You could quit your job you don't love and just do a job you like doing, and you don't have to work as much. You have more free time to go play golf or go for a run or go work out or just be happy. And I wanted to get to this place, and the quickest way to do that is to set a budget. But not just a budget of, oh, this is what I'm gonna spend, a real budget. I wanna get cash out each month, put it in my envelopes. I get this much money for the month. I can't spend over that much money. I got gazelle intense, as Dave Ramsey says, and I went down to the bone. I minimized everything I could. I stopped buying frivolous stuff, and it changed my life. After I started to buy less things, I thought, hey, maybe this whole minimalism thing is actually a way of life that I could do and not just something YouTubers can do. Minimalism and paying off debt, I think a lot of the times sort of go hand in hand, as a lot of the principles seem to cross over. What we did was we cut back on dumb purchases. We only used cash. We religiously followed our budget. We stopped buying clothes. We stopped eating out at fancy restaurants. And when we did eat out, we would go to Chipotle. And instead of getting 2 bowls, a large chip, a large queso, and 2 fountain drinks, we got a single bowl, a small chip, small queso, and a single fountain drink. And that saves us significant amounts of money, and we both are full every time we leave Chipotle. We stopped being normal. We realized that normal in 2020 in America, well, when we discovered in 2019, isn't really the best way to live anymore. America is a wonderful place, but normal in America is 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and I don't want that financial stress. We stopped shopping as a hobby. We started creating more things, whether it was taking pictures, making gifts for our wedding, creating videos. We just started doing more creative stuff. And we started both losing weight as well because we were buying less expensive food, and we were just basically eating a little bit less because we weren't constantly eating out. We clean up less because we have less stuff to clean up. We are less stressed, and we finally feel like we have our lives back. To date, we have had several $1,000 plus bills sprung on us, almost $5,000 worth over the last 12 months. And we've been able to handle each one of those as they've come because we have a handle on our money. We're not just living paycheck to paycheck anymore, where if something expensive comes up, we can't afford it. Or the second we get a paycheck, we have to buy something. A lot of people live their life like that. When they get money, they have to spend it. Imagine if instead of spending it on stupid things, you put it towards your debt, or you put it towards saving for a house or saving for a car. That way you don't ever have to borrow money ever again. To date, not only have we paid off the $6,100 in credit card debt that I took on, but we've also paid off an additional $15,000 of debt. It's an unbelievable feeling. I put it out and I didn't realize how much we had actually paid off, and I'm so proud of the two of us. We have more to go. We're normal, but we're not normal anymore. We used to be normal, and we still have more to go, but we will pay it all off, and we will get to a point where we can live for under $1,000 a month for the two of us. People continue to tell us that what we're doing is wrong and what we're doing is crazy, but I could tell them that in the last 12 months, I paid off $21,000 of debt, and they can't say the same thing to me. I'm willing to sacrifice, and most people aren't. And I don't want you thinking that we make hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. In fact, we make significantly less than $100,000 a year in a combined household. But we're very, very stingy with our money. We don't go out to eat with friends anymore. We invite them to our house to play games, or we have them over to play video games, or I go over their house and play video games. And the food we do buy, it's Little Caesar's $5 pizza, or we get something super cheap. That way when we do have people over, or we do hang out with other people, we still provide the value and still have a ton of fun. We just don't have to spend nearly as much money. Over the last 12 months, I've stopped purchasing a lot of things. I'll probably make another video about this, but I'll just give you a brief overview. In the last 12 months, I have stopped purchasing new tech products. I have stopped purchasing clothing. In fact, the last article of clothing I bought was a new pair of underwear, a 10 pack of, I think, Hanes or Fruit of the Loom underwear for like $10 or whatever. I don't buy clothes anymore. I don't buy tech purchases. I don't just shop anymore. I don't look around and try to find something on a deal. I only buy what's necessary, and I only buy what fits in my budget for that week. If you take anything away from this video, understand that you're normal if you have debt, and you're not bad. It's just that normal right now isn't that great, and there are better ways to do it. So if you want to be better, if you want to be better than how you are now, if you want to affect your kids' lives, if you want to have children and give them a good life, or you're an older gentleman or lady and you want your kids to not have to worry about you when you're in a retirement home or you're living out your golden years, I promise this will change your life. Please read the book in the description down below. It is an affiliate link. I'll get the 40 cents if you buy it through there. Buy it wherever you want. Run it at a library. Buy it on eBay, wherever. Just please watch or listen and read that book. It'll change your life. Thank you for watching. I'm Scott. Peace out.